Before we started working together, I was running ads for about a year before, and had some good months, have some bad months, have some months break even. When we started, I was having a bad month. That's why I reached out. I think we are on like under 10K that month.
What are you doing now, I guess, monthly revenue?
Last month we finished off at 50K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty
Nice.
decent last month. I think the month before that, like 35K. Last year we were averaging probably, 40 to 60K a month, but we're spending about three times the amount on ad spend than what we are now. So I had a bunch of setters before I joined your program, and they all sucked. It was just a nightmare. It's probably my least favorite part of this entire business, interviewing and hiring setters. I'd rather go to someone who just specializes in that specific area and get that area up. My goal's always been to be making consistent 100K months.
What were you charging before? And now what are you charging now?
When I started with you, I think it was at 4K. Now it's 10K. Ads are great, but lead cost per lead can just literally vary so much. Organic calls booked and then they close at a piff, and you think that was a free client kind of thing. Whereas with ads, we're paying up to 1 to 2 grand to acquire a new client, so it's just more profit margin. It's good. My name's Shannon Bond. I run an executive health coaching business, working with guys mainly in Australia, but all around the world to optimize their health and wellness around the busy schedules and travel and all the stress that comes with the executive lifestyle. So, yeah, we've been working together for, I don't even know, about 6 months, around that, 6, 7 months or
Like
something.
May. We started in May,
Yeah. So,
and then we're on
yeah,
December. Time
look,
flies.
yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, a little while now. So, but no, it's been good. It's been good teaching me all the organic outreach stuff and specifically how to train my setters as well. It's been really helpful. Um, but that dashboard's been really good too, so I can keep track of all my numbers. Makes it a lot easier. I can just log in, boom, see everything in front of me. So no, it's
Yeah,
been good.
nice. So when we started working together, what were you struggling with when you first started? Kind of where were you at in revenue? What was kind of your business scene at the time?
I was always running ads. I mean, before we started working together, I was running ads for about a year before, and had some good months, have some bad months, have some months break even. So main reason I kind of looked into you, or what you did resonated was I wanted to have some sort of, organic stuff to have a bit more, what's the word, like income coming in that's predictable, I guess you could
Mm,
say. So, and obviously the more we get from organic, I can just put more into ads as well. So it kind of feeds the ad spend. So,
mm.
uh, yeah, I mean, I think that when we started, I was having a bad month. That's why I reached out. I think we are on like under 10K that month.
Hmm. Yeah, and
And then
you did good before. You had some like really good months before. So what happened where like you were doing good and then things went down? I think you had a kind of a pretty sharp nosedive, if I remember our call correctly.
yeah, so the year before we were working together, I was spending a lot more on ads. I had a closer working for me. We're scaling really fast, but I think I scaled too fast. I didn't have all the systems in place, and we kind of broke down, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So I leaned out the team a lot, got rid of a few, pieces of driftwood in the company, and and tried to kind of build everything back up on my own. So yeah, and it was difficult as well because now I'm doing all the sales calls, I'm doing all the outreach, and I knew I needed to get a setter in there ASAP. And I remember our call together, our first call. I probably shouldn't say this, but I didn't even want to sign up when we were on that call. Like before we went on the call, I said, I just want to hear what he has to say. I'm not gonna sign up.
Yeah.
But when you were kind of describing what you're doing, the whole process, I remember thinking, shit, fucking need this shit. So,
Hate when that happens.
so let's just give it a crack. We'll see how we go. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good. Obviously, it was a bit of a slow start trying to train up the setters and things like that. But now, my setter Miriam, she's doing really well. Every month, she's booking more and more calls. So yeah, she's getting better each month. She's hungry, so she's been good. Um, yeah, definitely keep her around, keep training her up, and
Yeah.
I'm excited for next year because everything's in place now. I feel like everything's just ready to really scale up properly this time.
Yeah, yeah. And I know something I tell um business owners is like if it's gonna go up fast, unless you're like you really got your shit together, it might go down fast. Um
Yeah,
and so you were kind of a classic example of just like oh roller coaster. Um
yeah,
and and I mean if we look at your dashboard, that's like m my favorite thing to like every morning, like even my team is like, hey, I'm like, guys, look at Shannon. He added another 10K to his business. Like it's just steady growth, right? And and also if I make a just an observation, you're more like calm. Like you seem more less less like kind of
yeah.
it's all over the place. I don't know. What have you noticed with that?
Yeah, well, it's definitely not easy, running your own business, and it's
Mhm.
definitely a lot of high stress, a lot of uncertainty, and things like that. But I guess, yeah, having the numbers there and having everything in front, so you know exactly kind of where you're at for the month, what metrics are lacking, what we need to focus on, takes a lot of stress out of it because before I knew things were tanking, but I didn't know like specifically where the leaky buckets or the bottlenecks kind of were.
Mm,
Now with the dashboard, I can see, okay, now we need to send this many messages to make a sale or whatever it is. I know how to kind of do the maths, and it makes it more calming when you have the maths worked out. You
yeah.
know what targets you're working towards. It's not just kind of like throwing a whole bunch of shit on the wall and hoping something sticks.
Yeah, yeah. So you were doing you were kind of like pre under 10K a month when we started. What are you doing now, I guess, monthly revenue?
Last month we finished off at 50K.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, so it's pretty
Nice.
decent last month. I think month before that, were like 35K. So yeah, we're doing roughly between, let's say, like between 30 to 50K a month, and with a hell of a lot less ad spend than what I was doing last year as well. So
Oh really?
last year we were averaging probably, 40 to 60K a month, but we're spending about three times the amount on ad spend than what we are now. So
Oh damn. So you're keeping more of the
yeah.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Better margins.
That's awesome. Cool. And so what were you like when it came to hiring setters, what did you struggle with before? Because I think a lot of people that watch my stuff, they do want to scale up a setting team. I think you were one of my only calls where you were actually okay with jumping in and doing it yourself to start and then doing it right. And you pretty much did everything properly, which is why your stats have gone up month after month and it's been steady and it's predictable. Um, you didn't really zigzag around and go kind of crazy like a lot of entrepreneurs do. I call it a coin term. It's called the entrepreneurial seizure. Where an
Yeah.
entrepreneur they kind of go they kick and they're like I gotta change everything all at once.
Yeah.
Like we gotta start doing this and we gotta write a book out of nowhere. Now we're gonna run book ads. Like they just kind of go crazy and everything falls apart. And I'm like, damn it, we were just about to scale. You were doing fine. And like you're the kind of the only guy that like really one of the only people like really keeps it steady. And yeah, so what was it when it came to kind of hiring a setter? What were you struggling with before in hiring management, getting them to work, getting them to hit their numbers?
Well, I had a bunch of setters before I joined your program, and they all sucked. It was just a nightmare. It's probably my least favorite part of this entire business, interviewing and hiring setters. Before I kind of just, um, the first guy who kind of came along and looked half decent, I just gave him the job. And, a month later, he's just absolutely shocking and not showing up to shifts and things like that. And it's just a nightmare. So I remember when you were helping me hire my setter, you're giving me the script to have, them run through, and I
Mm-hmm.
was giving you the feedback and you're saying, yep, that guy looks good, that guy looks shit. And like just like little things I wouldn't have picked up on, like how well they actually follow the structure of the script and don't make their own things up.
Yeah.
So the setter that I probably would have hired based on all the people I was interviewing, I probably would have hired someone different to the person you said you liked the most.
Mm.
Um, but I listened to you, I hired the person that you like the most, and she's doing good. She can always do better, but she's willing to learn. She works hard, and I know it's a matter of time till her skill levels get to the point where she's just going to be booking me, 10 calls a week on average, and that'll be a
Yeah.
bad week.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you guys are mainly doing LinkedIn outbound, right?
Yeah, like 90% on LinkedIn, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, yeah, and then when with training, I guess, so before, how did you train or how did you like manage your team and then like what changed? How do you manage your team now?
I've done a bunch of like mentorships in the past, like fitness business mentorships, and a
Yeah.
lot of them are good, but they weren't really kind of specializing in this area. So like when you do mentorships and they kind of focus on everything at once, it's kind of like even if some elements are really good, it feels like kind of like a watered down version, if that makes sense. So whereas now I prefer to, if I have bottlenecks in the business, I'd rather go to someone who just specializes in that specific area and get that area up. So yeah, I
Okay,
mean that's
nice.
what you specialize in and you're a beast at it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's actually an interesting perspective. So, focusing on like a specialist as opposed to these generalized kind of coaching programs, right? I mean, I think you and I are both in a mutual friends program. It's just specifically fulfillment, right?
mm,
And there's programs like, specifically for DMs or specifically for sales, right? Or sales team management or CRMs, right? Um, I think I agree with you there. Like, but that's the thing is what I'm noticing is a lot of these coaches or online business owners, they they get some big bold promise and they jump into a program that's like a generalized program because of the end outcome as opposed to really understanding the business as kind of like a holistic element where they have their data they can see that there's a lot of cash or a lot of sales like missing because of like we can kind of drill down on our numbers and say oh whoa our TMs suck right now we need to improve this and if we just improved that or tweaked it by 10-20% that's an extra 50K a month right there, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what. So, you're talking about a lot about the data, right? Um,
Yeah, it's big. It's big. Even the last mentorship I was in, like I'm still, in contact with those guys. They're cool. I still like them. But I was even showing them my dashboard and I was saying they were looking at like, fuck, that looks who built that for you? That looks like what are you using? Like we've been looking for something like that for ages. So
yeah,
yeah, so even these guys are, doing big numbers. So and they're all about the data as well. So the fact that they see my dashboard and they're impressed, I mean, it means a lot. So it's yeah.
nice. Well, shit, refer them over to me.
Yeah, yeah, well, I can if you want, for sure.
Yeah. So, how did you track data before? So, what was your kind of structure for that?
So it was mainly just like the Google Sheets. So we'd have the end of day reports. We weren't using the forms or anything that were automated into the chart, like the dashboard. So basically, they just fill out a Google Doc or a Google form every day, and then I was just kind of looking over everything, and there was no real structure to it. I just had all these numbers here, and I had all the data, but I had like I'm just looking at a bunch of numbers, so it was hard to know kind of what to do with it.
Yeah. Did you wear like put on some like fake glasses and like what does it mean? You know, and
I didn't even get that far. I just had the data there. But I have no idea what to do with this. I mean, okay, they've sent this many messages. All right, and we booked this many calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of because I'm a very visual guy. If I have the graphs and the lines in front of me, it's just that's what is so why it's so good having a dashboard because I can literally just log in and within 30 seconds get a whole overview of the business and in and out. Whereas before I'm just looking at all these Google Sheets and you know, I hate looking at Google Sheets. It's just annoying. It takes
Yeah,
forever.
this is like raw numbers.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
you know, and I tell this to clients, like, and I kind of actually I've gotten to the point where I've just looked at data a certain way for so long, where I think that's kind of the standard. But like, I couldn't just look at raw data; like, I wouldn't know what's going on. But basically, if you have optics in your data and you have specifically a line graph, you'll know like is it what you can actually see the direction in which you're going, and it's either up or down. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, and I just I couldn't imagine like running a business and not knowing like what direction are we going. That's like I make the analogy of like you're flying a plane and you don't have a GPS system.
Yeah, literally, it's literally what it's like. And once we have like the ads and the like the dialer section built into the dashboard as well, then it's just going to be another whole level.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's what's next for us, is building that whole thing out. What's next for you? So what's your goal moving forward into 2026? We're at the pretty much the end of the year.
My goal's always been to be making consistent 100K months
Mm-hmm.
with good profit margins. So I think we're definitely on track. Now it's just a matter of just ramping everything up a bit now. You know, ramp up the ad spend, ramp out the output with the DM setters, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I can get them, I just need my calendar fully booked out with sales calls, and I'll do that easy. So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and
Nice.
obviously,
And Miriam, I mean, she's right on her way. I think she had a couple weeks where she hit 10, a little over 10 calls. So
yeah.
she's kicking ass.
So eventually, I want her training a team of setters, you know, under her.
Little team lead,
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly. So, yeah, no, it's good. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, my program's improving massively as well.
Yeah.
The investment for my program's going up pretty much every single month. So it's just going to be easier and easier to hit that target
Yep.
next year.
Yeah, that was another one I wanted to hit on is because there's a huge limiting belief around charging money. I mean, dude, I got that is the number one lever to pull. A lot of these guys, like I talked to a guy, he's like kind of stuck between a job and he wants to leave his job, but he's charging like 500 a month or something like that. I'm like, dude, it's gonna take you forever to replace your income, you know.
Mm.
And the little amount of time that you have, I'm like, you could just charge 10 G's for this same thing, you know, like just go charge money and you could just be out of the job next month, you know.
Yeah,
So
and
what
have way
switched
more
there?
money.
What were you charging before, and now what are you charging now?
When I started with you, I think it was at 4K. Now it's 10K. Yeah.
And did you change anything about the offer?
Not really. We added a few you know, extras, a few extra deliverables, but the program's worth 10K. It was worth 10K 6 months ago anyway. Like the amount of like service and support that our clients get, especially the direct access to me as well. So
Yeah.
it's you know it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth like 15K, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that price point soon enough.
Yeah, yeah. And you're selling fitness, and there's a lot of fitness coaches out there. What would you tell a fitness coach who's kind of in that um I mean, you've probably seen the 250 a month or $100 a session or whatever the hell they charge. Like, what would you tell a fitness coach that has that limiting belief? Because I think you struggled with it a bit before too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, it's scary when you're pitching a higher price point for the first time, but after pitching it a few times, it's kind of like, oh, is that all? I should be charging more than this. So
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it, right? But any fitness coaches out there, yeah, definitely raise your prices because here's the thing as well. Like I've been doing this a long time. I worked with tons of different clients. The clients who pay more, they're the best clients. They listen better, they're more coachable, they do what's required, but they're also at a higher level where they know what it takes to be successful in other areas of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they plug into that area of their fitness and their health, it just makes their whole life better and makes them a better leader for the family, things like that. When you're, charging, lower prices, you're at a race to the bottom with everybody else out there, and you just attract the shitty clients, the guys who, just nonstop messaging you, just stuff that's not even relevant, you know what I mean? And just it's just
Yeah.
not worth it. Like if you could just double your prices and have half the amount of clients but make the same amount of money, then you can just give your current clients so much more
Mm-hmm.
love, basically, and so much more
Right.
time and energy.
Right. So you're lowering the workload, increasing the cash. You're getting, sales for essentially free because it's, less taxing on the business. So, um, yeah, dude, hell yeah. Your transformation's been awesome. It's friggin' awesome to see it. Um, so now, so next for you is 100K a month. You know specifically how many sales calls you would need, uh, you say January to hit that 100K?
Not off the top of my head, but I can go and have a look in the dashboard.
Hey, there
But
we go.
yeah, probably, you know, depends what the close rate is, but my close rate's usually pretty decent.
Yep.
So, at 10K, that's 10 sales a month to make 100K, which sounds so much better than having to do 20 new clients a month to make it 100K.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, short rates usually around, 50 to 65%.
Mm-hmm.
Close rates usually around 50, 60%. So yeah, I mean, like when you look at it that way, to reach those targets, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, yeah. Bigger numbers. To pitch a bigger number. I think the first time you pitched it, you said the guy was like, "Oh, that's it," or something like. We were all kind of disappointed because we thought you were
Yeah.
gonna have a nice objection handling battle on your hands, but you didn't even have it.
Yeah. He's just like, okay, here's my card. Cool. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Is that it? I
yeah.
should have doubled it. But
So your
anyway,
close rate hasn't dropped.
no, it's stayed the same. Which is good, so that's probably even more reason to raise the prices even more.
Yeah, why not? And then have you tried pitching more than that? More than 10K?
Um, well, I'm gonna pitch that 100K thing that you telling me that you challenged me to do. So that's in the works. Which that scares the shit out of me, if I'm being completely honest. But kind of exciting at the same time. And even if I don't close those deals, pitching 100K is going to make pitching 10K feel like nothing. So I think it's whether I pull it off or not, it's going to be beneficial regardless.
Yeah, yeah. I remember my first deal at around 65K. I was like sweating. I was like, "Oh shit, there's no way, dude. Like, there's no way this guy can pay for it." But for the audience that's watching, Shannon's got a challenge where I challenged him to go into his client base and pitch someone for $100,000 for one-on-one coaching for a year, 100 G's. So they better make some bank
Yeah.
to do that. Um, so well, do you have any on the hook?
Yeah, I got two calls booked in next week, and like I'd say 80% of my clients are multimillionaires anyway. So I mean, they could probably afford it. It's just showing the value, and I think it's worth it. Work with me one on one, and we'll fly them out to Thailand. We'll do like a retreat kind of thing, and
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be fun. I'd do it if I was there.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Well, say somebody was sitting on the fence about joining chat funnels, what would you tell them?
I tell them you need to have that organic outreach dialed in because maybe you're running ads, maybe not running ads. Ads are great, but lead cost per lead can just literally vary so much. Um, and it's kind of and it's always constantly changing. So having that organic pipeline in the background's just been a lifesaver. It's just so good when you look on your calendar for the week and you got all these organic calls booked and then they close at a piff and you think that was a free a free client kind of thing. Whereas with ads, we're paying up to, 1 to 2 grand to acquire a new client. So it's just more profit margin. It's good.
Damn, yeah. So 1 to 2 G's for a client. That's awesome. And you're getting them for free. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I tell people too. Like it's gonna get expensive out there, and you
Yeah.
better be able to acquire clients, or at least like be able to talk to a stranger and close them on a 10K PIF. If you can't do that, it's gonna be tough out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet man. Well, this was awesome. So, guys, if anybody here wants to lose some weight, and you want to hit up Shannon, Shannon, what's your handle?
Follow me on Instagram at shannon.bond.
Shannon Bond. So you'll be set by the best setter you've ever seen if you hit him up. So cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for hopping on here. This was dope. Um, and yeah, let's go keep kicking ass. And I think on our next case study interview, we'll be at 100K plus.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Let's go.
Sweet, dude. All right, let me end this.